Hi, so this is a new assignment for this course, and I know group assignment, and especially in an online environment, I know can be a little bit nerve-wracking or a little bit scary. But there's lots of different reasons why I decided to make this first assignment a group assignment. One of those reasons is talking to our transfer partners. They really want us to have more collaboration in this online environment and using technology together. Also, I think on this particular assignment, I think it might honestly be almost easier if you're working together and you're bouncing ideas off of each other and kind of tackling this and figuring this out together. So I will be putting you into groups, but your group can kind of take the direction from here. So as a group, you're going to pick two of these regions to do some research about. So your group could pick region 4 and 11, 10 and 11, 13, 20. It doesn't matter the combination, but just choose two regions as a group. So one of the things that in this module that you've been looking at is equity. And what we know is that school to school, region to region, resources, teacher quality, teacher experience, all of those things don't tend to be equitable across the student body. And so that's kind of what you're trying to answer this larger question is looking at, let's say, Region 4 Houston. Are we seeing signs of equity? Are we not seeing signs of equity? And then moving on to your second region, same kind of question. Are we seeing evidence of equity or not? So what you're going to do in part two is now you got to go find that information. So you're going to go to the TEA accountability ratings. So I've already kind of hunted down places that you can find and look and explore some of this data. You'll choose that region. Okay, so let me go ahead and walk you through that. So we're going to go region, and let's see, you picked Houston, view reports. Okay, so it's going to give you lots and lots and lots of information. But I think where we can start is over here with star performance because it gives us a lot of information that I want you to look for. So you'll notice that with these taper reports, it does break it down by race and ethnicity. It also breaks it down by special populations like special education, economically disadvantaged, and English language learners. Okay, so that can give you already some evidence. Are we seeing, we can look at performance, but there's a lot of other things I'd rather you look at in terms of equity. One of those things is kindergarten readiness. You know, are we seeing that in general, are all of the races, ethnicities, special education, you know, all these populations, are we seeing that there's similar signs of kindergarten readiness? That kind of tells us about opportunities maybe in that area for kindergarten readiness. We can look at staff information because one of the things that we know is that um, years of experience, degrees, that kind of thing really affects student achievement and student outcome. So, are we seeing in some regions that there's a lot more teachers there with higher degrees, more years of experience? And it even tell you turnover rate. That's another big indicator as well, because the more we have teachers turning over, the less consistency we have, the more, you know, you need to know that population in that region to be most effective. So I give you a list of areas that I want you to look at. And so again, the big question you're asking is, are we seeing from region to region or within that region, does it look like different populations of that region are getting the same types of teacher quality? Are they getting the same opportunities for participation in instructional programs like GT, like AP? Are they doing the higher degree graduation degree plans? Are they taking the SAT, ACT? So, for example, if you have 50% of your population Hispanic, then we should also see in that region that 50% of the students in the GT program are also Hispanic. So, we're looking for proportions of instructional programs and participation. Okay, you can even look at pure pupil spending and what are they spending the money on. So again, that's back over here. Just go to the finance data and you can tell what they're spending their money on. So here's expenditures. It can tell you what it is per pupil. It can tell you what they're spending the money on and what percentages they're spending the money on. So that would be interesting to look at. Okay,